Hi guys, it's Whispers in the Shadows with Tina. Today's story is from someone who finds themselves in a complicated and painful situation regarding their relationship. Relationships can be incredibly challenging, especially when trust is shaken and emotions run high. Our listener has bravely shared their experience in the hope of finding insight and support from us all. So let's dive into the story and see how we can offer guidance and encouragement. Dear Tina, recently I noticed that things between us had become increasingly messy and strained. Concerned about our future, I decided to sit him down and ask, do you still want to be with me? Be honest with yourself. If you don't want me anymore, just tell me and I'll leave. He remained silent. In my heart, I desperately wanted him to want me, so I convinced myself that his silence indicated he did. However, shortly after this conversation, I began to feel a chill in our relationship. He started giving me the cold shoulder. During our last visit before this, I had discovered traces of another woman in his room. This was particularly painful as it was our first visit since the birth of our baby, who was just 2 months old at the time. I noticed that he seemed restless, even though he was supposed to be bonding with our child. When he stepped out to run an errand, I seized the opportunity to look through his phone. I found messages between him and another woman. Upset but unsure of how to confront him, I decided to wait until I returned home to ask questions. His response was dismissive. There is nothing going on between us. She's just a friend, lacking concrete evidence to counter his claim. I reluctantly accepted his words. Determined to understand the nature of his relationship with her, I took her number from his phone and reached out to her. I approached her politely, asking, "Who is he to you?" Unfortunately, our conversation developed to insult, prompting me to block her. In an effort to seek validation, I sent screenshots of our exchange to him, who sent me screenshots of his own conversations with her, where he insulted her on my behalf. Despite this, their connection persisted and eventually they had a falling out. After enduring all this drama, I decided to move in with him. By then, our baby had turned 1 and I felt I had little choice and he was being financially irresponsible. Child support was either delayed or non-existent. I thought living together would compel him to take responsibility for our needs. However, from the moment I arrived, he treated me with contempt as though I were a stranger. No matter what I did, it seemed to irritate him. Feeling desperate for answers, I confronted him again, asking if he was still interested in our relationship. His silence spoke volumes, and I began to suspect he was involved with another woman. I found messages from a woman who called him daily. When confronted, he insisted she was just a friend, claiming she sent him money for her grandmother. I tried to dismiss my suspicions, but I couldn't shake the feelings that something was off. One day, while I was at home, I overheard him speaking to her outside. This added fuel to my anxiety. Days later, I contacted her on WhatsApp to inquire about their relationship. She also claimed they were just friends, which I initially accepted. However, he soon picked a fight with me out of nowhere, telling me to pack my things and leave. For reasons I can't explain, I refused to go. Later that day, she showed up at our house and I couldn't help but feel betrayed. I thought they were trying to get rid of me so they could enjoy their time together. The following morning, she greeted me while I was sweeping, and despite my shock, I didn't respond. This pattern continued. She would come by to greet me and sometimes they would chat outside. When I expressed my discomfort about their relationship, he lashed out, hurling insults at me. I became frustrated and lashed out at her as well, only for her to retaliate with hurtful comments about my worth. This incident led to him giving me the silent treatment, and he stopped providing financial support for our household while still consuming the food I prepared. Now I'm worried that if I continue to provide for him, I'm enabling this toxic relationship. But I fear that if I leave, she would take my place and he would move on without me. I'm confused about what I am holding on to, especially when I have a growing sense that he doesn't truly love me. I'm reaching out for advice because I feel lost and unsure about what steps to take next. Thank you guys for being part of today's story. It takes immense courage to share such personal experiences, and I hope our dear friend feels the support and understanding from us. Now, I would love to hear your own thoughts, advice, and insight on this situation. What would you suggest our listener do? How can they navigate this challenging time? Share your ideas in the comments below, and let's come together to offer some light in the shadows. Remember, your voice matters, and together we can help each other find clarity and hope. Until next time, take care and keep whispering in the shadows.